wooden white building that had 6 classrooms, and between the 3rd and 4th grade were double doors that were open for whole school assemblies. And when the population outgrew the wooden building, we moved down the road just past Dawson Lane and the little yellow house. 1st and 2nd grade was downstairs, 3rd and 4th grade was upstairs. And then Burley was built, and then Yancey was built. So we've been growing. My great-grandfather, Isaac Scott, helped to organize a men's league to get together to purchase land. Well, my great-grandfather donated 3.5 acres of land, and the men built a log cabin-like school in the woods because this was all wooded land at one time. And as the community grew, my grandfather then sold 4 acres to the men's league, and the school was expanded and donated to Albemarle County to remain as a school for this community. As history tells us, it was against the law for slaves to learn how to read, write, and to be an educated person.
As children had to make do because of the fact that they didn't have heat. They had a potbelly stove. Those in the front of the room was warm, one of those in the back of the room was cold. And the afternoons, the boys had to go out and get sticks to make fire the next morning if it was wintertime. So it was a lot of memories, but we made it.
My oldest son, Benjamin Jr., entered the first year it opened in 1960.
Favorite memory of Yancey involves a student. I had to make a deposit from the vending machines one afternoon. The students had left the building with the exception of those children who were in the extended day program. One student came in with a teacher with the extended day program. She saw coins spread all over my desk. She looked at me and she said, "Ms. Martin, where did you steal all that money?" Favorite memory of a child here at Yancey?
That it was local, we could easily get to it for different things and participate in the actions with the teachers and the students and be a part of the school by being so local with us.
It's to work in recess.
Yancey memory is probably all the field days that we've had the past 8 years, and it'll be the 9th one this year. It's just a lot of work, but seeing the smiling faces and the excitement and the joy that the kids have year in and year out at field day each year we try and do something a little bit different and a little bit bigger and better. And the kids just, it's almost like Christmas morning when they come out for field day and see all the things and how excited they are. It just makes me feel really good about all the work that has gone into it is well worth it.
Favorite memory of the whole school year is day of play.
My favorite Yancey memory is working with my primary team. I got to make amazing friends with my teachers, and I got to work with every student at some point, which was awesome.
Like my first day of school here, it's just because I felt so welcome because everyone was just helping me get through everything and teaching me where everything was.
Yeah, we went to jump and play, dodgeball, all my friends and stuff.
Grade. My favorite memory of the school year that I've been here is market and the scout game.
On a yearly basis since we started, it was a cardboard challenge. We did it, I think, in October, and I was able to sneak out of the office for a little bit and just see the hallways and classrooms being, destroyed by creativity, and just to be there and watch the kids, just have so much fun creating whatever they want. It meant a lot. My kids especially. One year did a photo booth, and we had a line almost wrapped around the gym for kids waiting to go check it out. So yeah, just memories, that I'll always cherish. That's my favorite though.
When we made the marshmallow and watched movies.
My favorite Yancey memory, I have two. Field day was awesome when I was getting doused with water by all the kids and making memories with them. And watching the passing scores for SOL testing come in, that was very exciting.
I loved the cardboard challenge day. It was so much fun to watch the kids just create anything that they wanted to and have a whole day where they could do nothing but use their imaginations and build.
When I first came to Yancey, because first I was going to Bright Stars, and then it was my first time coming to Yancey.
Yancey memory.
My favorite Yancey memory is probably when we got to clean the whole school, and it was probably my food. Yeah.
Favorite moment here at Yancey is to see my children and grandchildren go through here.
Probably meeting Aiden McLaughlin and Head Start.
One of my favorite Yancey memories probably would have to be last year when we took the entire school on a field trip to the Lynchburg City Market. Just seeing all of the kids being able to interact with the different artisans, being able to talk to the farmers and hear about how they, they tilled their land and they grew the fruits and vegetables and then they were selling them at the market. Just for kids to be able to see that that is something that they could possibly do one day and that people were being successful or making a living doing it, I think was really cool for them to see.
It means everything to me because this is where I got my start. This is where I saw myself grow as a person. This is where I became involved in community activities and I gained my voice for speaking against wrong and trying to make things better for people other than myself and my family.
Being introduced to the school because it looks very cool.
In the short time that I've been here, I've made a lot of lasting memories, but I think my favorite is just the overall feeling when you walk in the doors of Yancey. No matter what's going on, you always feel like you're surrounded by your family and your friends. And I think that anybody who walks through those doors has that same feeling.
My favorite memory is when we build things and stuff. It was when we had market this year.
For 12 years. And my best memories of Yancey is myself going through Yancey as a child and now my children.
I have no idea.
My favorite Yancey memory is probably when I first came here in kindergarten. Everyone was really nice to me and I had lots of friends.
I went to school here, so it makes it special and it makes it safe. But I know we have to have change. So I hope all the other kids get to go to the other schools and enjoy it.
My favorite Yancey memory is when I came here my first day of school, and then these two kids named Jaden and Christian, they were guiding me around the class, and they just were really nice to me, and then we became really good friends.
I think over the years I've really enjoyed getting to know all of my students and their families. I've been able to teach many siblings, but I think cooking and doing a lot of gardening projects with my students, whether that be in reading class, learning functional text recipes, or in our cooking club, would be some of my fondest memories here at Yancey.
My favorite memory is meeting my new teachers.
I guess when they do driver appreciation day, and the principal brought out loads of bread for the drivers. That was something.
I guess I just have to say, anytime any of the kids get to come up here and they're not too sick, and I just get to hang out with them for a while and chit chat and talk about their day. I don't get to have much time with the kiddos, except for when they don't feel well. So it's nice when they come up and have a few minutes to chat.
My favorite memory is making all these friends that I have.
There are so many wonderful memories at Yancey, but I guess if I had to pick one, I'm going to land on the tradition of the 5th grade graduation at Yancey, because it was so special. When all the elementary schools started to move theirs to daytime, ours stayed at night, and families would come in, they would be dressed up, there would be extended families, there would be balloons, and it was such a joyous and special occasion. And the fact that that community always respected students graduating and learning in that school just meant so much to me. I always loved that night.
I have 2 children that went to BF Yancey. Well, that's kind of hard to say. It's been a few years back, so I guess the favorite memory is when they graduated and went to high school. I'm a life resident of Esmont.
Oh wow, there are lots of Yancey memories that come into mind when I think about my favorites. However, recently in our morning circles, we have been talking about our favorite memories of Yancey and being able to share with the kids and being able to share with each other what our favorite memories are. That has been my favorite memory, of hearing how our students really have some precious memories of this school. And that's my favorite memory.
I have so many good memories here. The first one that comes to mind is a long time ago in the 90s, when I was teaching 4th grade. When I first got here, we took a group of kids up to the mountains, a place called the Nature Awareness School, for an overnight camping trip. And a lot of the kids had never been out, slept out of their house, so they were scared and excited. And the idea was to build a community. And the thing that stuck out is we were getting all the kids to bed, and a lot of parents came, and the parents stayed up around the campfire and told stories and laughed and had a great time. And that's what the strength of Yancey has always been, is this really strong, vibrant community that supports learning. The other one is just a simple memory. It was in the fall, and leaves were coming down, and the kids were out at the playground, and they would improvise their own kickball field. So the bench was first base, and then they had a piece of paper for second, and the tree was third. And when they kicked the ball, the wind blew the base away, and they had to run after it, and they just worked it out. There were no rules. They kind of made it up as they went along, and it was just, the kids were so happy. Then we came in, and I was reading Charlotte's Web, and a bunch of the kids started crying when Charlotte died, and I did too, and it was just, the closeness was something that I always remember. So those are my
favorite memory of him attending Yancey would probably, I know I shouldn't say this, but lunchtime, because I've been here, I come like maybe 3 or 4 times a week, all the way from Amherst, and I have lunch, and I bring my other son, his half-brother, and we just have fun. Those are like good memories, because not many people come for lunch, and I'm always there sitting with the kids, and besides I used to work here, so.
I think Cardboard Challenge, the first year I was here, was a lot of fun. The kids were really creative, and it was cool to see them kind of take these ideas they had in their head and try to create them. And then we showcased all the different projects afterwards, and some things were, there's I think photo booth, lots of cool games, a movie theater, cars, lots of really cool things. So it was really cool to see everyone get really adventurous and creative.
Years, and my favorite Yancey moment is pulling up to the door and seeing so many smiling faces, so many friends in this community that I live in. It's a great school. I love it here.
One of my favorite Yancey moments is working with a wonderful staff. It's amazing with primary team. We do a lot of being silly, also being serious. It's just a great team to work with.
My favorite Yancey memory is the Nature Trail Club as part of our Market Expo project we did for 2 years. And so the Nature Trail Club went out and helped design forts and trails on the Nature Trail as part of some things Club Yancey was doing, and then also made nature-based games and fairy houses, and learned a lot about trees and their identification in the land around Yancey.
I was a student here at Yancey, and Miss Martin was our secretary.
Well, I run the wood shop, and working with kids and watching them learn through hands-on experiences, building things has been probably my best memory.
My name is Stacy Rush. I am a teacher at All God's Children, Little Learners of the Tri-County. I'm also a parent here at Yancey Elementary School. I also went to Scottsville Elementary School, and I'm an alumni of Yancey Elementary. I'm very proud of this school.
Okay, so first is just your name and your position here at Yancey.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Donnelly, and I'm a primary teacher here at Yancey Elementary. And my favorite Yancey memory is was probably coming back at the start of this school year and having so many of the same kids in our class and getting to teach them again this year.
My favorite Yancey memory would be just the kids coming back to school this year after summer, getting to see them all again and having a lot of them in my class again this year. My favorite memory is any of the times that we've all been together as a school, because the school is really like a big family. We have a really good sense of community here. So things like the cardboard challenge, field day, times like that where we can all join together and be one.
And what will you miss the most about being here?
I will miss the students the most. I've really connected with a lot of the students here, and I'm going to miss them a lot.
Yancey moment.
My favorite Yancey moment is walking through the store and knowing that I'm going to see some smiles on the children's face, and just keeping them safe until their parents pick them up.
My favorite Yancey memory is building a volcano with some of my ESL students last year with Mentos and Diet Coke, and watching that explode. That was a great project because we got to do, we got to research, write about it, build it, and then present it in front of other students.
Yancey memory. I've got two. The ladies in the lunchroom back in the 80s, they used to make our food from scratch, hand make our food. Miss O.T.L. Brackett used to make cinnamon buns, and these were not small cinnamon buns, these were huge cinnamon buns, and they filled our bellies. We had sausage biscuits, we had wonderful things, the community was here. People that we saw outside of school, we saw inside of school. My second favorite memory is Miss Fanny Loudon and Miss Waltine Eubanks, how they taught us and guided us and let us feel like we belonged in this community, as well that we were smart. They made us feel good about learning. My generation was the first SOL generation ever. Our SOLs didn't even count. But they made us feel so comfortable when they brought that here to this school. The way that the teachers respond to us and guided us and cared for us, you could really feel it. The community was together. Everything was just meshing all at one. This building is so important to this community.
favorite memory from being here at Yancey, I think, is the Global Cardboard Challenge. It's something that we've done the last several years that we started when I came to Yancey, and all the kids look forward to it. They gather materials from the community. It really shows their ingenuity and creativity. They all work together across classrooms and in multi-age kind of groups, and the products each year have gotten better, and it's always one of my favorite days. I think what I'll miss most is the sense of community that always comes from walking in this building and having the kids kind of envelop you, and so does the community and their parents. You really become kind of entrenched in Esmont and in the Southern Albemarle community, and having that kind of feeling as a leader of a building is something that's very special.
Isn't that little Brooklyn down there? I've been with the school system for 38 years, and this is my last year.
This is my 30th year here at Yancey.
Also, the seniors were going twice a month to interact with the children, so I'm gonna miss that.
I think I'll miss the most is just having that. It's a personal piece. Part of it is, you know, that piece where you work and you really enjoyed your work, and being able, you know, it's always enjoyable for me to ride down there. I feel like I'm going home at some level. So it's like you've sold your house, or that house that you love, or the place that you love, you can't go back to in the same way. It's not your home. So I'll miss that part of it. But the other piece I'll miss is whenever I went into Yancey, I knew that I'd be greeted by smiling students that were interested and engaged in learning and loving being there. So that those two things, it's kind of like that. Again, it's like that house that you move out of, and you have such fond memories of it, but you know now that when you go back to the building, it's not the same.
My Yancey kids all the time, and they always were in front of me as a reminder of that time when I could stand at the top of that hall and look down and know that in each of those rooms very special relationships and learning was taking place, and those are memories I will always carry with me. But I guess I will miss being able to drive by that building and know that that is still occurring in the building.
I'm gonna miss the kids. The kids here are amazing. They're strong and amazing personalities and resiliency, and I've taught kids who have grown up to serve in the military, to become pharmacists, engineers, really successful people, and now some of their children I have had the privilege to teach. So I'm really grateful about that, and I'm going to miss the community and the kids here.
My ancestors devoted their blood, sweat, and tears and the land for school in this community.
Puppy!